Well, a lot of people out there have a passion for helping people, but just how they want to help people may be impacted what they've experienced in their own life. And I am so excited to learn what is the story behind the Debt Relief Legal Group. We've been getting to know Alan Borden for quite some time now. We're so excited that he's a part of our show, but I'm really looking forward to this segment. First, Alan, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am well. So let's dive right in. We've been able to talk about so many topics about debt relief and how to help the viewers at home. But why did you want to specialize in debt relief? What's the passion? Where does it come from?
Yeah, it's really interesting. So I graduated law school right in 2008. So right when we were entering the heart of the Great Recession. And so honestly, I kind of fell backwards into being a consumer protection attorney, filing bankruptcies and helping people with debt, because that was the only job that was available there for attorneys. But I really fell in love with it. In the last 13 years, I've dedicated to doing that, and solely that. I grew up from, my parents are immigrants. So when they came to this country, it was, I know what it's like to live in a very impoverished situation. So I can, and you can see that every single day in the life of an American, right? So here, your credit, your finances makes a huge determination of how you're going to live your life. Whether your credit score is good will can determine where you live, whether you can finance a mortgage, whether you can get a car, which in our country, we need a car to be able to drive around. So all these different things are dependent on your finances, and you are facing up against banks and huge corporations that have billions and billions of dollars with their attorneys who are constantly collecting interest and collecting on you. So when you have this route of filing a bankruptcy or getting an attorney to help you fight debt, I think it's one of those big David and Goliath type situations where you're really the underdog fighting these big corporations to try to get out and get this financial freedom where you're not paying hundreds or thousands of dollars of interest every single month. And you have this constitutional right, essentially, because bankruptcy is built into the Constitution and allows you to get this financial freedom, exit all this debt of credit cards, medical bills, and keep your house, your car, your assets, and then continue living your life. And instead of paying monthly on interest and debt, you can start saving away towards your future, because we're all going to retire soon, and we're all aging a lot more. We're living to longer lengths. So retiring at 60 means you still got 20, 30, 40 years of where you're still going to need to have money to survive. And if you don't start working on that now, putting away money now, you might not get there. You might find yourself in a problem later on in your life. So I see bankruptcy and the clients I meet with every single day who are struggling and who are trying to do the right thing and pay every single month their creditors. I try to explain to them how, look, this is a financial decision. When you file for bankruptcy, it's not a moral failing. It's that financially it makes no sense for you to go 3, 4, 10 years trying to pay all this debt when you could just pull the trigger, file a bankruptcy, and then use that money instead of paying your creditors to save up for you, for your future. And at the same time, you can recover from a bankruptcy quite quickly. Within a year, you can have excellent credit. The only real limitation to be able to finance anything after a bankruptcy is 2 years, and that's when you can finance a mortgage. So you'd have to only wait 2 years. That's the only real downside. So for me, I think there's a lot of people who feel that as a shameful option to file bankruptcy, but I'm here to tell you, come have a free consultation with me. Let's talk about your finances. Maybe it's right for you, maybe it's not. But if it is, I'll let you know. If it isn't, I'll let you know too. But that consultation can really change your life and get you that financial freedom that you're looking for.
Well, and it's, interesting to hear you say how many people look at bankruptcy as like, oh, that's, such a negative thing. And we've learned through you that it doesn't necessarily have to be, but living with debt, that is a negative thing to your health and your mental state. And I know we've talked about that. And I know you hear that feedback, just being able to relieve hence the relief in the name of your company. I think that that's something to make note of as well.
Yeah, that's right. Look, we're all about freedom in the United States, but how free are you if you can't put $1 aside because you have to pay all your creditors every month?
Again, good stuff, Alan. I'm really excited that we were able to get to know that about you, get to hear your passion again. If you want to see if Alan and his team can help you, of course, get in touch with them today. The Debt Relief Legal Group. Don't forget to, you can get that free consultation that he just spoke of, plus $100 off attorney fees. There's the phone number and website.